What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, as voted on by the subscribers, we are going to be playing some Grixis. Grixis Reanimator. There's no Invoke Despairs in this deck. We're going for a completely different approach to the one that won Worlds, and there's a bunch of new cards to play, so it only makes perfect sense. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. This one I'm going to take from the top because I really want to get through all the important ins and outs. But as you can see, lots of new cards. Okay, the first one we got cut down. Like, if you go and look on Untapped now, the top 3 decks in the meta are Soldiers, Mono Red, Soldiers, Mono Red, and Gruul, and then Mono Black, of course. So, like, it's all aggro. There's like 4 aggro decks as the top 4 decks in the meta right now. So I thought, cut down right now, especially against Soldiers, is just so good. You can deal with most of their stuff really early on, and that allows you to actually survive until you draw a burn down the house or whatever. Then I'm going for a sneaky one of. You know how I love me those. We've got Mishra's Command. I want to test it out, see how it fares. I've already played a lot extensively with the blue one, the Urza's Command. Actually pretty good, quite okay card. Don't still know if I'd rather just have a like Memory Deluge, but well, I think we're going to be playing Urza Meld tomorrow, so don't forget to tune in for that. But as far as Mishra's Command, it's interesting because it's one with an X in it. So you can choose to target player. The cool thing is you choose 2, right? So target player, they may discard up to X cards, then they draw a card for each card discarded this way. That kind of suits us, because if we've got like a hand stacked with all of our reanimation targets, we just pitch them all into the yard and draw a fresh new hand. It's kind of like a better chapter 2 of Fable, right? Except it costs 4. In that case, let's say you have 3 things to pitch. Then, second option, X damage target creature or X damage target planeswalker. So you can go like 1 creature, 1 planeswalker. I quite like that. And then target creature get plus X plus O and gains haste until end of turn. I wish it was freaking trample. They should have put the trample in there. But still, that could be nice. In some cases, we would like to give one of our reanimation targets haste as it enters the battlefield. You reanimate it with Junji, with Cruelty of Gix, and boom, it enters the battlefield. If you can give it haste that turn, and you not only get the ETB triggers, but also none of these have reanimation ETB triggers, but you get my point. It's better to have your big thing that you reanimated do something the turn that it was reanimated. That's why Titan of Industry has been so good, because most of its value is in its ETB triggers. If you could, the obvious choice is to put 4 Titans of Industry in here, but I just didn't want to play the same old stuff over and over again. But that will be the next upgrade, or maybe we'll tag on a few games towards the end, because we not only have Mishra's Command, sorry about the long tangent, that can give haste to a reanimated creature the turn it enters the battlefield, but we've also got another sweet new card from MTG Bro, Bitter Reunion. 2 mana enchantments. When it ETBs, you discard a card. If you do, then draw 2 cards. Okay, so again, doing what we want. We're discarding our reanimation targets, drawing fresh answers to problems, and or making land drops, etc. But then later on in the game, you can pay 1, sacrifice it, and gives creatures you control haste until end of turn. So 2 ways of doing this, and I'll explain why that's important a bit more in detail as we get to what our animation targets are. But we've also got 3 Make Disappears, just 1 of the counter spell. The initial version of the deck had 2 negates, and it just wasn't coming up often enough. These may even just need to turn into, I guess it's still just the most versatile for that like crucial point in the like turn 2, turn 3 where you counter something like a Fable or whatever, then it's good. But and then we do have potentially some devil tokens. We've also got the Goblin Shaman that we can sacrifice to the casualty and try and get the full 4 that the opponent needs to pay, then it makes it works a little bit better into the mid to late game. So I'm still, I don't know, on the fence about Make Disappear. I've never liked it, but right now, as far as it's either going to be this or 3 copies of Syncopate, and I was just again, we're toying with that too, or it may just turn into Dissipate, and who cares about it being 3 mana. The counter spells I'm still so uncertain of. I don't play blue much, but for now I think Make Disappear still seems to be the best like early game catch-all cheap thing. So I've gone with 3 Make Disappears. Then we've got 2 Obliterating Bolts, 4 damage, creature or planeswalker, exile. I'll keep saying this until I get sick of it. This card is sick. We'll be seeing lots of play in my brews that play red. Then we've got a full playset of the Fable, of course. You know, every part of it helps in this deck. You know, you get the ramp to get to a Cruelty of Gix on turn 4, where you know, discard your reanimation target on turn, the second chapter. Then you attack with the Goblin Shaman, play a land for that turn, and now you've got 5 mana. You can reanimate something on turn 4. Then the chapter 2, obviously great, because that's the whole point of the deck, trying to put things in the yard. And then the chapter 3, every single thing in the deck except for Junji can be copied, which is a very important part of this haste as well, because you can give Reflection of Kiki-Jiki haste the turn it enters the battlefield, which has also been really important. It just sits there, and then the opponent always removes it, and if you can give it haste the turn it enters the battlefield and get to copying stuff straight away, it obviously makes it a lot better. So another really good reason to be testing out Bitter Reunion. I hope we get to showcase that tonight. But all of our important like big reanimation targets, which we'll get to, are all non-legendaries. So you can all, they can all be copied, and they all like to be copied by the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Then we've got the Maestros Charm, which is another 3-drop, just kind of does everything that the deck is trying to do. First mode, look at the top 5, put one of those into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. You pick your reanimation spell, put everything else in the yard, or whatever it is that you need. You do it at your opponent's end step, untap, reanimate thing. It's great. The second mode, don't scoff at that. 3 life has kept me in the game more times than I care to admit, and sometimes you can win the game by draining the opponent for 3 as well. And then the third chapter, your Sheoldred, Proofness, 5 damage, creature or planeswalker, just boom, bye Sheoldred. One of my favorite of the charms for sure. Then I initially had Graveyard Shift and only 2 Cruelty of Gix and no Junjis, and I've been testing around different ways of doing this. This is the latest iteration. We may change back. I did kind of enjoy the occasional chance of being able to cast the Graveyard Shift with Flash, but the versatility of the Cruelty is just a little bit nicer. I enjoyed the tutor effect a lot, to go, find the burn down the house when you need it against aggro or whatever. There's plenty of good reasons to just start from chapter 1 and have a look at the opponent's hand. Depending on the matchup, you'll be able to tell, but most of the times you just, you're going for your chapter 3, bring back big monster guy to the yard, from the yard. So let's test these out as well. Like I said, they're always about 5 mana reanimation spells, and I kind of feel like Junji is 1/2 that can also attack. So we have 5. The conventional sort of rules about reanimation decks is you should have at least 6 and at least 10 reanimation targets. So I hope I haven't gone we've got 9, sorry, 10, so that's fine. Actually, as far as targets goes, we're okay. As far as the number of ways of reanimating things, we may be 1 short, but let's see. Again, testing. Then we've got 3 burn down the house, and that wraps up the 5 drops. And here are our reanimation targets, which I've been alluding to all the way through the deck tech. We've got a 6/4 juggernaut called the Terisian Mindbreaker. This one is so sick. If you've got nothing better going on turn 4 and you don't have any other play that you can line up, you just you discarded him to a Fable on turn 3, or at the beginning of turn 4. Just unearth this guy and attack. Player mills half their library rounded up. I've had people scoop to that a lot. And it's a 6/4. You know, there's a 6/4 coming your way on turn 4 that mills half your library. And you better freaking block it, or you're going to take 6 damage and half your library's gone. It's really freaking nice. And I've had these turns where, you know, I copy it with the reflection and swing with 2 of them, and it mills half and then another half. Oh my goodness, it's chef's keys. Then we've got the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, which is just great. There's like nothing really more that I need to add about this guy. You know, when you reanimate it, the opponent needs to pay 7 life to target removal it. You can prototype it in if you need to. If you can give it haste and copy it with the Fable, you're swinging for 14 damage with menace and lifelink. You know, it's swung many a game. You just go straight back up. Even if they kill it, doesn't matter. Like I said, this haste thing with the Kiki-Jiki and your random, it's been crucial. And the card that is the most important with is the Cityscape Leveler. Unfortunately, you need to cast it to get the cast trigger. We do have a Hall of Tagsin. We do have some ramp with the treasure. Sometimes I cast it. Sometimes I just unearth it and get the cast trigger. When you're unearthing, it's not casting. It's just returning from graveyard to battlefield. So you don't get that. I learned that the hard way in a very crucial match. But if you cast it, then you destroy target permanent. But then it's also whenever it attacks. So if you can, again, reanimate it. Give it haste with Bitter Reunion, copy it with the reflection, and swinging for like 16 and destroying 2 things and getting in with trample. Chef's number 2. That is really sweet. I've been enjoying this one a lot, and I like that it's the one sort of big thing like this that we got in the set that's completely colorless. You can almost just play this wherever you want. It's not like locked into any sort of unearth with blue or prototype in black. It's just the Cityscape Leveler, 8/8 trample. So yeah, that's the deck. Pretty straightforward. As far as the mana base goes, we've got 1 of each of the legendary lands from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, 2 of each. So I'm still a little bit all over the place here with these 3 color decks. I'm just like, especially because it's mostly red. And, you know, I've done my math, Frank Carsten style. There should be enough to do everything just on curve. But so I just split everything 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You know, 2 dual lands, 2 pain lands. And now we've got them in each color, including the new Underground River. And it's been just fine. Full playset of Xander's Lounge, 1 Blast Zone, 1 Demolition Field, 1 Hall of Tagsin to occasionally make a Power Stone with, and 2 Mishra's Foundries as an alternate win con. And that is the deck. Grixis Reanimation version, too many to count and still not quite finalized yet, but it's time to jump into some games. See how it performs on the Mythic ladder. Kind of prefer some sort of mid-range matchup, or I don't know. I just don't. Mono red's a bit of a pain if I can't get. I mean, it's crazy what they can do with like 3 lands, and you're down to 10 before you can even get a Fable of the Mirror Breaker done. Mono red is strong. Okay, I see the Bitter Reunion. I see reanimation target in hand and some removal. Life is good. Probably going to be Selesnya enchantments. Yes, now we can hold up counterspell. I think we just hold up a counterspell, honestly. Depending on... Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all we can do, really. Otherwise, we may just Maestros Charm on end step. Oh, that's fine. He may even think that it's Bitter Reunion holding up the priority. I'm gonna exile it with the Obliterating Bolt. And we still get to hold up, make disappear. Another great reason for this card. Tenacious Underdog, Cameo of Transients. The list goes on. Bye-bye, you're not coming back. Yeah. Don't like him. Doubling triggers and things. Okay, that's a burn down the house if I ever saw one. Dutch whaley. Are you a Dutch whale? Backup burned on. Ooh, that's juicy. Now all the like borrowed times start coming out. I wouldn't mind catching Catilda with an Obliterating Bolt. And I'm still wondering if this is the Hallowed Haunting version, which we would have no enchantment removal. Unfortunately, in these colors. Woohoo! Well, we got the Phyrexian. Let's go get our second black source. And I think I'm going to go for chapter 1. He's going to card draw. Nice. I'm chapter 1ing for sure. It's borrowed time. Dang. I wonder if what he's gonna. I mean, for sure he'll go for my Gix. Sure. Okay, so we hold up, cut down. And then we see where he puts this Michigo's Reign of Truth. And we cut that down. Okay, now. Okay, now we're gonna definitely go... Woohoo! Okay. Exile. Wouldn't mind a freaking reanimation spell, mate. I could have bounced this, but it just comes back next turn. Still gives me problems. Still just gonna hold up, cut down for his inevitable Michigos. Seven. Woo! Man, this deck is so lame. Like, come on, people. There's a whole new set out. Kamigawa was 3 sets ago. Maybe we can play something new. Alrighty. Just one off like Fables and a sweeper. Sure. And we got the reanimation spell. I knew it. But we didn't even have Make Disappear at that point. This card also... Woo, oh, we got the burn down the house. Seems to be Mardu Angels, or Mardu something at least. Maybe a Wandering Emperor somewhere here. I know. Probably not that worth it, but... I love it when I don't make my land drops. So cool. Jeez. Cool. No worries, mate. Wow. Screwed on mana. Hey, there's that. At least. Bye-bye, half the library. You just slam like a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. You know, for 3 mana. Prototype it out. Oh, bugger. Just give me a break already, mate. Okay, we've drawn 4 lands in the top, I don't know what, man. Like, there was 5 lands in the top 20 cards of our library. Shuffler is just fine, everybody. Just fine. I think we may need to go up 1 more land. Like, maybe even 2. I just really don't know what to cut. Ah, it's so tough. Still, we got to see the mill guy in action. That was pretty cool. Pretty bonkers. Sure. Yeah, I think we put the leveler away. Okay, Nemesis spotted. This deck is so strong now. If they got the mechanized warfare. Nice. I'm gonna play the Gorge out on 3 mana. But first the Fable. What do we hold up? Make disappear. Ooh. 2 mana. 3 mana might be Reckless Stormseeker on top of the commander. I'm gonna hold up Make Disappear. Nailed it. Reckless freaking Stormseeker. Bye-bye. That probably, like, just won the game. However, it's gonna probably be the other ass next turn. Whew. Okay, so now really... I don't know if to go in a mill half his library or play a Fable. Or get down a lifelinker, you know? Because he's gonna have the exile next turn. I think Fable, we need to dig for a... We need to dig for a bloody... Burn down the house. And I will take the trade if he doesn't remove the goblin and just attacks. One, two. Yeah. Sweet, at least that's damage that could have gone face. Okay, I'd rather you have a handful of this stuff than, you know, Thundering Raiju's back to back. I've got a plan. A plan so cunning. Stick a tail in it and call it a weasel. We give the Fable haste. Does he go for the freaking... He does. I'm sure he will. Maybe he goes face with it. I hope he goes face with it. Nah. That sucks. But also, okay. Okay, we can gain 6 life next turn. Is it gonna be enough? Dying for one more land. And we got to cut down for something. Make that damage a little less. And if he tries to remove something that I could reanimate, then I'll take the etchings out before he can do so. So it doesn't get exiled. Junji, also the 3 life gain mode on the charm. Not too shabby. Maybe he's gonna just dump all of his mana into a... I knew it. I knew it. Oh, the temptation to just look at what is in his hand is so much. But I think we're just gonna have to hold up the Maestros Charm and see what he hits us with next. Either gain the life or destroy something. Okay, so 3, 6, okay. So, if we gain 3 life, and he's got another lightning strike, we're screwed. But if we... we're still screwed. If he's got the spell, we're dead. Oh! Whew! Yeah, well, we just win already. Sorry, I was lost there. I don't know why I thought it was... I was starting to look at, okay, maybe I'm going to reanimate his Reckless Stormseeker with the Cruelty, but we had it already from the end of the last turn, so... Thank goodness he didn't hold up a Play with Fire on that final card, and it was just a Rada, or we would have lost that one. Whew. Good match, good match. How are we doing for time? We're good, we're good. Still not really reanimating anything. It's starting to get a little bit annoying. As always, a little bit of streamer's curse. The test matches went really well. I was throwing Cityscape Levelers around left and center. Can't say no to that. Unfortunately, we're on the draw. It's a little bit slow, but we anyway don't have a turn 1, so we just play Xander's Lounge and try and hopefully get it like some removal. Okay, mono black aggro is bad, but I wanted to see how this goes actually. Burn down the house. Good. Yeah, Yawgmoth is bonkers, mate. Like, just absolutely bonkers. If he plays shoulder now, then we just... Okay. Let's hold up the Maestros Charm, go find a reanimation spell. However, he'll probably just kill my leveler like straight away. Now he plays Shieldred. Okay. Ridiculous. That'll probably be the game. He'll just cut down the goblin and swing. Nice. New black. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. That was sick. Well played, opponent. Good deck. And like not just playing the same old stuff. I'm keen to try that new guy. That new 4-drop. It seems pretty good. It seems just the 3 toughness just compared to Shieldred's 5. I don't know, man. You really have to build your deck around that effect of him reanimating things, but it's really not that special. The new Gix, the new Predator, that goes right into your Shieldred pile. I'm still working on my updated mono black aggro. It's on the way. Sure. Mire, huh? Should take the risk. Ay, ay, ay. Dimir control? Dimir... My goodness, these people are so slow. Another control pile. Woo! Telling you, like, you build your deck to prey upon certain types of decks, and then the matchmaker just gives you the complete opposite. And then you get mana screwed. I mean, it's like 100% guaranteed gonna get counted. No? Really? I mean, come on. Don't make me wait like this. We all know. Just... Yay. About 100 counterspells to get through. It's probably the Haughty Djinn. such a fun deck to play against. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. Oh my god, this is amazing. I love it. Haha, woo! And now he's gonna find a Spell Pierce. No. Fading Hope, one of them. Just barf fest, man. Yeah, for sure he will. Come on. Yeah, I thought I saw that, right? Infernal Grasp. At least he's just as mana screwed as we are, but... Here comes the Devious Cover-Up. Oh my lord. Why do I end up against these people all the time? This is really my idea of a nightmare. And you just put all those counter spells right back into your deck. Like a real gentleman. Oh. Ugh. Three Cityscape Levelers in hand. Yowza. Definitely countering that. Maybe it's Jingataxius. Wow, I actually get to cast a spell? I can't believe this. This feels like similar to the pile I was playing with Mono Black. But instead of Glimpse the Future, you just play Devious Cover-Up. Is it gonna be a Hullbreaker Horror, or what the hell's going on here? I think I might vomit. I'm feeling a little bit sick. Oh my god, Roberto, if you're watching this, I know you're loving it. And probably laughing. Okay. Just, like, how many counter spells are you actually running, bro? Well, you can't counter Unearth. If you've got a bloody... Oh my god, dude. This is insane. This is actually just insane. You didn't actually have a cut down for once in my life. Cool. Just insanity, man. Wow. I honestly don't know what to say. Bro, everything I've cast has gone on the stack like this. Unbelievable. Like, I just honestly don't know what to say anymore. This kind of shit makes me vomit. I should have just hard cast the leveler, get the cast trigger and kill the shield red. Can we survive one more turn? Does he have another invoke despair in hand? Let's find out. What a wow. Masterclass in control here, guys. We got completely schooled. Just one invoke despair and we're dead. My god. My god, dude. My god. What the biggest load of shit. Another soul transfer. Guaranteed, the way this game's been going. If I win this, I'll laugh all the way. It's when I complain the most and the salt starts oozing out of my pores that I just don't give up, and I cannot believe we won that. That was disgusting. Just wow. I've never, like, it's been a long time since I felt somebody had the answer to every single thing I did on every single turn for a long time. Wow, well played. Well played, opponent. Very, very lucky to have gotten that win in the end. But it is a game of luck, after all. And we have gone well over the time limit, so I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it at that. But we didn't, like, the matchups didn't really help us do the whole plan properly. But we still managed to get some pretty sweet wins just from the power level of the cards on their own. We did manage to mill a guy once. We were not able to copy anything with the Fable, essentially. Like, there was that one match against Mono Red where we kept copying the Fleshgorger. That was really nice. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I'm happy he didn't, that time when he didn't target the Gorger, because he had the Kumano guy down, it would have been exiled. We didn't get to draw Mishra's command a single time in all those matches, which I find ridiculous. But I'm going to put it in other decks soon, so we get to see that card, because I'm interested to see how this one performs as well. Overall, like, biggest takeaways from this particular deck is Terisian Mindbreaker. Really cool. We might have to just like do some sort of weird mill deck. You won't mill an opponent out with this guy, but you can definitely, make it pretty annoying to play against if you combine it with some, I don't know, maybe we got Izzet artifacts. I've got something brewing next. This may need to go as a 4-of in that. Cannot wait. The Fleshgorger, mono black aggro coming soon. Cityscape Leveler, really cool card. One that I'm going to continue to find ways to play or cheat into play as the season progresses. Otherwise, the mana base worked just fine. A little bit mana screwed 1 or 2 games. If there was a way to cut one card, I don't know, maybe cut the Junji, maybe cut one cut down, or cut the Mishra's command and just whatever, and then put in 1 more land or 2 more lands, I think it might make it a little bit better as well. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I really hope you all enjoyed it, especially that grueling last victory against Dimir Control. I will be seeing you all... Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Those really mean a lot to me, so thank you, and I will be seeing you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.